So the Velveeta company has partnered with a restaurant group to come up with a cheese martini, and the internet has responded about how you would expect the internet to respond, including an article on the Washington Post from a guy who got to try the martini before I had a chance to. But if you don't have any of these restaurants near you, like me, you can snag the kit online via Goldbelly. But upon looking at the Goldbelly website, it seems that the kit is sold out. Luckily, the website includes a recipe on how to make the vodka yourself, and really, if you ordered it on Goldbelly, you'd just be paying $50 for 3 things that you could get at the grocery store. That is a block of Velveeta cheese, the shells and cheese, and Velveeta cheese sauce. All of these I could find at my local Publix, which was pretty nice. Now we'll start with the infused vodka. The recipe calls for you to take the 4-ounce packet of processed cheese sauce and empty the entire goopy thing into a mason jar, at which point you add 750 milliliters of Tito's handmade vodka. Why Tito's? Because it's one of the most popular brands of vodka on the market, and like Ed Norton says in Fight Club, I felt like destroying something beautiful. Once that bottle is empty and your mason jar is full, go find a lid for that thing and shake, 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 shake until it's all incorporated and looks pretty damn gross. As you can see here, it looks very cloudy. It looks like milk that has gone super bad. So much so you'd grab your iPad and take a picture to send to Sean and Josh because they're the ones that have to try it. Open it up and give it a good smell, and it smells, well, like vodka mostly. Now, the Goldbelly recipe says to leave it on the shelf for 8 hours, shaking every 2 hours, but I decided to use a sous vide at 135 degrees Fahrenheit, which is something I saw on a separate vodka infusing recipe. This will heat the entire mixture, hoping to extract more flavor, but also shave that 8 hours down to 2. While we wait for that, it's time to make the cheese-stuffed olives. I bought a small jar of olives, which was something that was included in the Goldbelly kit, and now I go through the meticulous process of taking every pimento stuffed olive and by way of a small toothpick, removing the pimento from every single olive in the jar until you have this weird pile of pimentos on your cutting board. Next, I retrieved the cheese from the freezer where it's been for 40 minutes, trying to harden it up so that it would be easier to cut. Spoiler alert, it was not. The cheese didn't harden as much as I thought it would, so it was still kind of slimy and difficult to work with, but perhaps it would have been even harder to cut had I skipped that step. So instead, I'm just kind of making it up as I go along, cutting the loaf into little batons of cheese to stuff into these olives until I have a jar full of Velveeta cheese olives with the brine, and it's already starting to look cloudy and gross as I send it back to the fridge. With that step done, it's time to check on our sous vide vodka mixture, which has been infusing for 2 hours. I've taken the jar out every 15 to 30 minutes to give it a good shake. You can see that the fat has risen to the top. There's a little bit of orange juice looking cheese vodka mixture with the sauce at the bottom. It's now time to put this in the freezer, but first give it one last little shaky shake to reincorporate those flavors before putting it in the freezer to harden overnight. Next morning, I return to the freezer to pull out the mixture, and it looks kind of gross still. The fat has hardened to like a Cheeto-like texture at the top, so we're going to strain all that out with a strainer lined with paper towels. Cheesecloth would work for this too, and probably be more appropriate considering the content of the liquid. When we pull it out hours later, the cheese sauce looks more like cheese sauce now, but probably tastes more like vodka. We're going to grab the corners of the paper towel and try and squeeze out as much cheese-infused Tito's as we can before it breaks at the bottom there, and we can get rid of that and move it to the sink. Now time for one more filtration, just in case we missed anything, and we're going to put it in this tin because that'll make it easier to funnel back into the empty bottle of Tito's, which I'm now calling Velveetos. You're welcome. Looking at the bottle, you'll notice you don't get the whole 750 milliliters. That's pretty normal when you have to filter stuff like that out. You also notice that it doesn't look very appetizing. But hey, why not? Let's make a martini. The Goldbelly kit comes with an additional 4-ounce packet of cheese sauce, which I've microwaved for a minute, and looks like I burnt a little bit of it there. But that makes it easier to rim your martini glass for when you finally prepare this monstrosity of a drink. The recipe on the website did not, in fact, include a recipe for the drink itself, so a little bit of Googling led me to 2.5 ounces of this gross-looking vodka, a half ounce of vermouth, and a half ounce of the olive brine before taking it over to get some nugget ice from the machine that my wife just had to have on Amazon Prime Day, and shaking it into this Velveeta Velvini, whatever they're calling it. Final step now, just garnish with a skewer of 3 of your Velveeta stuffed olives. The skewer in the final product, when we try it, will have the shells and cheese in between the olives, but just didn't have them for this part of the video. Now that we got this thing made, time to find some guinea pigs, if you will, to give it a shot.
All right, here we go, boys. The Velveeta Martini. Let's give this a shot.
Cheers to Josh's birthday.
Cheers. Happy birthday.
Yeah, okay. The vodka doesn't taste that bad, but the cheese rim is really grossing me out.
The martini itself is not terrible. It's dirty. It's got a little bit of vermouth in it.
I need another try.
Oh, he's going in for
I don't like it.
dip 2.
I really don't like it.
It's offensive. It's quite.
It's horrible.
All right, you know what I think might be redeeming though? I do want to try the olive cheese stick.
Oh God.
Because this is what this is made for, kind of. All right, here we go.
I don't think I can do it.
Oh,
I don't think I can stomach a whole cheese baton.
yeah, it's not bad.
It's not the taste. It's the texture that the Velveeta took on after soaking in brine for a day.
It's not the worst thing that I've ever had.
All right, once you lick enough cheese off just
I'm not doing that.
Once you lick enough,
Let's
Josh, once you lick enough cheese off just one side of this glass, you're just basically drinking a dirty martini.
All right, so I think we should rank these. Out of, let's say, 10. I'm going to say for fun and ingenuity, high scores.
Yes.
For flavor and overall experience, low scores.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to give it a 4. I'm going to give it a 4 overall.
I give it a 2 because if I was really, really hard up, I would drink it. But I hate the idea of it and everything it stands for.
You imagine you go to your doctor's like, Josh, I want you to slow down your drinking. The only thing you can drink is Velveeta Martinis. That's it. That's all you got.
I'd rather be sober.
That's like a 3, man. It's so weird.
It's
At least
fun to
you're
try,
realistic.
though. Put it this way.
I think I wish we would have, and I almost really don't want to do this, but
Round 2.
grab the bottle of vodka and just taste it straight, because it's cloudy and it's like it changes the mouthfeel a little bit, but you don't really get cheese out of the flavor.
No, it's not that strong cheese, and that you're right about that. Like,
It's like when they use lactose in beers.
if it was going to be a cheese-forward thing, it should really lean into it. Well, it was fun. It was a good experience. I appreciate the hard work, C-Lane.
Thank you.
I don't.
Well, thanks for watching, and if you like podcasts where people drink White Claws and goof off, then visit getsecretshows.com.